Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of MedTech Minis. I'm your host, Susie Ingwall. Today, I have with me Vienna and Sky, who are the co-founders of MabLab. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about the both of you?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, Susie. For a little bit of background about me, my name is Vienna, and I'm one of the co-founders and also CEO of MabLab. And for a little bit of context about MabLab, we are building a 5-in-1 rapid test to test for things like fentanyl and xylazine in drugs and drinks that might be laced or spiked. And for a little bit more context about my background, I previously did research at Columbia Medical School and also have experiences working at startups and previously founding a startup, which I use to leverage MabLab's success.
Yep, nice to meet everyone. My name is Sky, current student at Harvard studying economics. So while Vienna is working on the scientific side, I'm working more on the business and go-to-market side. So previously, I worked at Harvard student agencies, where I made over $1 million in sales for the largest student-run business in the world. And now leveraging that expertise to use MabLab, build our sales platform, and again, go-to-market side as well.
That's so awesome. And you both have really impressive backgrounds. So I'm so glad that you're the ones working on this. And I know that this kind of comes out of a personal story for you guys. So can you tell us a little bit about the problem you set out to solve?
For sure. Yeah. MabLab was inspired actually after we lost a close peer of ours to a drug overdose when they had taken drugs that were unfortunately laced with a deadly lacing agent. And ever since then, we've really been on a mission to prevent all overdoses from laced drugs by providing a comprehensive testing solution like ours.
That is fantastic. That's so hard, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, and I'm glad that you're making something fantastic out of it. Tell us a little bit about your solution, how it works.
For sure. So it is a 5-in-1 rapid test detecting the 5 deadliest lacing agents in drugs. The best way to describe it, I think, is similar to an at-home COVID test, but instead of doing a nasal swab or a mouth swab, you're simply putting a little bit of the drug or drink into a provided buffer solution, and then dipping the test strip in, waiting 2 to 3 minutes for a result, and you have a result for each of those individual 5 lacing agents we're screening for.
That's fantastic, and it sounds like it's really easy to use. Sky, tell me a little bit about the feedback that you guys have had in some of your market traction.
Yeah, sounds good. So we interviewed more than 300 recreational drug users, asking them, number one, whether they had used a product, but also number two, what they want for in a test. What we've seen of current market products is that they only test for fentanyl and less on additional things like xylazine and benzodiazepine that we test for. And then we brought the conversation over to the customers. Many of our B2B organizations, like universities, harm reduction centers, as well as local and state governments, also have a vested interest in keeping their community safe. And they've given out tons of free fentanyl test strips. So we're looking to replace fentanyl test strips as a more comprehensive version, testing for 5 times as many substances compared to just fentanyl.
That's fantastic, and it's such a need. Tell us about your target market and kind of your go-to-market strategy.
Yeah, our target market right now are all recreational drug users. So anyone who takes drugs wants to know if they're safe or not, because as we know today, it's a dangerous world out there. Anything could be laced with either fentanyl, xylazine, benzodiazepine, any lacing agent. So it's really important nowadays to test for things. But that's why we're going B2B, selling to universities, harm reduction centers, and government agencies first. But then think about our larger go-to-market strategy. We also plan to go to e-commerce platforms like our website or via Amazon, where anyone could purchase our test strips. That includes family members of drug users, first responders, as well as law enforcement. And then from there, we plan to go B2B2C, selling to groups like Walgreens and CVS, where anyone could walk into a store and purchase one of MabLab's test strips.
That would be fantastic. It sounds like this is needed now. You know, we have this fentanyl crisis, and I just feel like anybody who's using drugs for any reason, even if it's just a one-time use, can fall into this trap where all of a sudden they've lost their lives due to a one-off decision. And so I think having this could really save a lot of lives. I really love the work that you guys are doing. What else would you like us to know? Is there anything else you'd like to tell everyone?
Yeah, if you're interested in finding out more information about MabLab, feel free to visit our website at mablab.tech or mablab.tech. And then for our emails, if you're interested in getting a hold of us, it's our first name, so Vienna and Sky at mablab.tech as well. We'd be happy to chat to you about anything related to the company or tell you a little bit more about what we're building and the fantastic team behind it.
Thank you guys so much. This has been so great. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today, and I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm excited to see your product on the market.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.